Hello, brothers and sisters. I'm very happy to welcome you to a new edition of our show titled Speak of Africa. We thank you very much, and we want to give special thanks to our subscribers. We want to give special thanks to our advertisers. We want to give special thanks also, last but not least, to our customers and clients. Most of you have been watching this show, and we've noticed that you are contacting us and you are using most of the services we advertise on this show. We thank you very much. But our goal is not just to make money on this show. We want to start training that can really help our people so that you can get better jobs. Okay, we want you to develop skills so you can get better jobs. That's really the goal. So we are happy with the business you're giving us, but we want to train you so that you can start getting more business on your own. That's the goal of this show. Because we always preach self-reliance, self-reliant development. That's the motto of this show. Because that's the answer. If Africa has to get out of the predicament it finds itself, we have to believe in self-reliance. Okay? Magic or miracles, which are presented to you by your pastors, will never take you anywhere. But self-reliance will take you very far. And that's the message we want to give you today. We have on the same theme. Every show we have on the same theme, self-reliance. So for the show of today, we want to really take you to Ambazonia. Ambazonia is a new country in Africa. Most of you probably don't know about it, but those who have been watching our show already know what Ambazonia is all about. Ambazonia is the restoration of the independence of the former British Southern Cameroons. Okay, they used to call it West Cameroon. It's very close to Nigeria and La Republique du Cameroon. When we look at what is happening this week, we've been telling you that a genocide has been happening in this part of the world for almost 4 years, and the international community has not been able to do anything to the French colonial dictator Paul Biya, who has really been the sponsor of this genocide. This individual is just like Adolf Hitler. He loves to kill people and nothing is done to him. But it looks like, finally, the wheel of justice is beginning to turn. The international community, most of the NGOs, non-profit organizations, are beginning to ask for accountability. A lot of the people who have been killed, the NGOs want the Biya government to account for its crimes. Because for the first time, many NGOs are really criticizing this government. For a very long time, the government felt they were untouchable, because they were protected by powerful countries in the Western world. But for the first time, we're seeing the pressure the international community is bringing to bear on this criminal syndicate called La Republique du Cameroon. So Ambazonians have really been suffering, and we really feel for them. Most of them have been displaced from their homes. Millions of people have been displaced from their homes, actually. Some have really escaped to Nigeria, which we call Ground One. Some have remained in Ground Zero, and they are struggling to make a living of subsistence where they find themselves. So things are not really easy, but we want to really show you. So what some of the people have been beginning to do now is to encourage these people to learn basic agricultural techniques so that they can fend for themselves. And this is the Amba farmer's voice. Take a minute to watch the video.
Now Amba farmer's voice this.
My mommy, my papa, my brothers and my sisters, where we not there for Ground 1, for Ground 0, for Ghana. We want welcome when again for this program where they call and say Amba Farmer's Voice. This Amba Farmer's Voice, now the voice where we people them got to listen to for learn how to do we think the way they get to do with chop, how for farm this chop, how for keep them. But this particular week where they come so, we got to talk about some sense where you don't come out, some sense where they so it for outside plains people that they use and now they call and say solar dryer. Solar dryer now just big name for simple thing where it means say they so we got to use sun the dry thing them. The dry thing they like tomatoes, njama, green, arrow, bitter leaf, corn, pepper, banana, pineapple, mango. In short, we go use this particular sun and this power where sun get them for dry all these kind of chop them. With people the way they there for ground one, where they there for Ghana and all side. But if you want to learn how to make your own small system where you go to dry this thing, make you tune in for SABC TV for this Sunday, June 28th for 4 p.m. When I don't hear no, this sensor for harvest power for sun, the dry chop day, it go therefore they go teach them for SABC this Sunday, June 28th for 4 p.m.
Thank you very much for watching the video of the Amber Farmer's Voice. It shares a lot of agricultural techniques that the local people can use to feed themselves. For example, how they can use the sun, like solar energy, to preserve their food. But at the same time, we see a bedrock of people who are really struggling against marginalization. You have the big French companies that are exploiting, for example, the palm oil in this part of the world. But the local people are left with nothing, okay? You can even see the conditions in which they live. So you ask yourself, how can an African be doing this to his own people? But that's the reality most of these people are living every day. Some people will tell you lies. Oh, things are getting back to normal. It's a lie. Things are not getting back to normal. Things are really getting worse in this part of Ambazonia.
In fact, for 3 days today, people have been suffering and trying to escape for their dear life. These are victims in Bwabwa. They are escaping for their dear life. They have stayed for 3 days in bushes, and they are struggling to escape for their dear life. In fact, you see what war can do in a zone. Look at people migrating from Bwabwa land to an unknown destination. Children, mothers, struggling. This is Brother Michael Yambong. He was assassinated out in this land with one eye. You can see people, mothers, children, struggling to escape for their dear lives. In fact, we are hoping and trusting God. According to Psalms 136, verse number 24 says that God will rescue their children from the hands of the enemies. You see people struggling from one level to another. Struggling, pregnant women trying to escape for their dear life. Here are people, some from Subum, some even right from a far distance. They are all struggling to escape for their dear life. See what war can do in Northwest. Oh, God have mercy. God have mercy. Women carrying load and children. People struggling to escape for their dear life. People actually struggling. Oh, God have mercy. The God who was with the children of Israel in Egypt will see them through. Oh, God have mercy. People struggling to escape for their dear life. People escaping, see children struggling to escape for their dear life. You can see one father, his head being bandaged, attacked last night, and he was well armed. Looking even at the CDC health workers in Subum, they struggle to do this, and they also escape for their dear life. No one is found around Subum, even at this moment.
As of now, where the president is missing in action, most people are claiming that he has actually died. But we're going to talk about this soon when we start talking about La Republique, okay? So things are really tough. So we're asking all those who can help these refugees. Most of them are in Nigeria. Please, we ask you to help them. Some of them are still in Ambazonia. We ask you to help them. But we're really happy with the new gesture by NGOs, okay? Non-governmental organizations are beginning to ram the pressure on this dictatorial and devilish regime of Paul Bias. So this is really good. So this is good news. We told you before that so long as we continue putting pressure on this government, things will come to fruition. And we can tell you that they are really happening right now.
Hey, yo, Shape, I thought you was gonna take me to this place so I could get my taxes done. You know I'm trying to buy a new house. What's up?
Let's get it on. If you're searching for a house, call up my man Prince Ojong, the best in real estate. Take it from your guy Shape. When I say his services are the best in the states where it's born, he even take care of your tax forms, fat refunds. So come, get your business done. Consultations, financial organization, fast processing, no waiting. This man is amazing. The Prince.
Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131.
In fact, there's another video we're going to share with you in La Republique du Cameroon. This is a video of Frank Biya. Of course, some of you should already know that Frank Biya is the son of Paul Biya. For a while, he was living in France. He's one of the main exploiters of timber and wood in Cameroon. So when you look at all the forests, you see effects of deforestation. This individual's business is to exploit all this wood. He has French companies who do all the work for him. Then they put the money for his family in Monaco, Geneva, and offshore in places like the islands. Okay? So they hide all this money. So they have amassed so much wealth from exploiting the Cameroonian people and the people of Ambazonia. So I'm going to share a video which Frank Biya is speaking. This video, I call it Frank Biya's soliloquy. Sometimes they tell you that literature imitates life, but this time life is imitating literature. This guy is like a character in a William Shakespeare play. So you know the use of soliloquies in Shakespeare's plays. That's exactly what Frank Biya is doing in the video I'm going to show you now. He's talking about his predicament. Since his father died, now he is like a president in waiting. The people are hiding the fact that Paul Biya has died, so they are preparing Frank Biya to take over the reins of government in La Republique du Cameroon. So that's what has been happening behind the scenes. So in a moment of distress, Frank Biya now starts speaking his mind alone. He starts saying that, well, he is now waiting to take over the reins of power in La Republique du Cameroon, and he's daring any individual who would oppose him because the military is behind him, the French government is behind him, so he knows all will be well. Then he looks at the other side of the coin. What happens if he doesn't succeed in replacing his father as president? He looks at examples in other African countries, and he wonders why Cameroonians don't see it as a normal experience. In Gabon, when Omar Bongo died, Ali Bongo took over the government in Gabon, so he succeeded his father. In Togo, when Nansingbe Eyadema died, Faure Nansingbe. In Congo DRC, when Joseph Kabila took over, he took over from his father, Desire Kabila, who has just been killed. Then in Congo, Brazzaville, there's another example of taking over from your father. So this becomes a dynasty, a family business. So the presidency now has become a family business. They have to exploit all the resources from this French plantation for themselves. So it's really sad when we look at what he himself is saying. He reveals it to you. So I will just give you a moment to watch the video of Frank Biya. I know it's in French, but I've already told you what the video is really about. So at least you know what the video is about.
Moi, Frank Biya, je reconnais que mon père avait bel et bien dit devant l'ambassadeur Thibault et devant le lamido de Ré Bouba que ici au Cameroun, après lui mon père, c'est moi qui vais hériter du trône de président de la République. Qu'est-ce que vous pensez? Au Gabon, Ali Bongo a récupéré le fauteuil de son père. La France a applaudi. Au Togo, Gnassingbé Eyadema a récupéré le fauteuil de son père. la France a applaudi. En Guinée équatoriale, Teodorino est prêt à récupérer le fauteuil de son père. Qui est contre? Même au Congo, Brazzaville, Denis Christel, Sassou Nguesso est prêt à récupérer le fauteuil de son père. Qui a un mot à dire? En République démocratique du Congo, est-ce que Kabila n'a pas succédé à Kabila? Il y a eu quoi pour ça? J'avoue et je reconnais que je suis impliqué dans le gré à gré. Mais si le peuple camerounais se mobilise et que je constate que je ne peux pas lui imposer la succession monarchique, bon, je vais retourner m'occuper de l'argent que mon père a volé. On a plein d'argent entassé à Monaco, on a de l'argent entassé à Genève, on a de l'argent entassé dans les paradis fiscaux. Si les Camerounais sortent par millions, à Douala, Yaoundé, Maroua, Garoua, Bamenda, Bouéya, Bafoussam, pour m'empêcher de succéder à mon père, bon, je vais rester un homme d'affaires. Vraiment, c'est aussi simple que ça. Moi, je n'aime pas trop parler. Hein. Je n'aime pas trop parler parce que c'est ce que mon père m'a appris. Quand tu es assis sur ta chose, tant que quelqu'un ne t'a pas enlevé dessus, ne parle pas trop. Bon, si les Camerounais m'enlèvent sur la chose, ils empêchent le gré à gré, bon, moi, je vais aller gérer les milliards que nous avons volés. J'espère seulement qu'ils ne vont pas aller me chercher jusque dans ces milliards. Parce que quand même, mon père a pris la peine de voler depuis 60 ans à la tête de ce pays. Bon, vraiment, c'est encore ce fameux Felix Nyamsi là qui vient de m'imposer de m'exprimer alors que j'ai choisi de ne rien dire. Je compte moi sur le BI, la garde présidentielle, le clan de Vomeka pour confisquer le pouvoir. On guette le peuple camerounais pour lui mettre le corinto dans la nuit. Mais la manière que ce peuple-là est réveillé, depuis que le président élu Maurice Kamto a appelé à la mobilisation, moi-même j'ai peur. Je me cache actuellement. Je ne veux même pas qu'on me voie. Parce que je veux surprendre le peuple. Mais si je ne réussis pas, je prends mon hélico, je fuis au Gabon, je prends mon avion, je rentre à Monaco. C'est aussi simple, hein? Parce que quand on a volé autant de milliards, on ne va pas risquer sa vie à tenter de confisquer le pouvoir. Bon, Felix Nyamsi wa Cameroun m'a obligé à parler, j'ai parlé.
Thank you very much for watching the Frank Biya video. But you should also know that what really helped these people stay in power for too long is the fact that Paul Biya had built a private army. In fact, using the assistance of former Israeli army officers, in fact, Abraham Sivin. So Abraham Sivin was able to help Paul Biya build a new army. In fact, after 1984, when coup plotters attempted to depose him, he decided to create this private army of his. The national army is there, but the national army doesn't really have a lot of resources. So the Israeli former military guys helped him create this new army called B, Bataillon d'Intervention Rapide. So this became Biya's own private army, which was well equipped to really commit a lot of havoc. So that's what you see. But at the same time, too, we want to draw your attention to Christophe Guilou, the French ambassador. He's also another personality who has been criticized by Cameroonians and Ambazonians for his role in oppressing the Cameroonian people. They feel he's the one who has been lying that Biya is still alive, driving to the presidency in a Japanese car, when we know the French always like to ride in French cars. So this was fake.
Life insurance money secrets of millionaires and billionaires exposed. Discover how America's rich and famous exploit these arcane tools to build fabulous wealth. Why should these big white guys have all the fun? Let Prince Ojong, the celebrity author of The Miraculous Millionaire, show you the little understood life insurance way to riches. Are you still doubting the good things that life insurance can do for you? Trust strategies, estate planning, 401k rollover, annuity contract, cash value, education funding, executive benefits, income protection, life protection, living benefits, mortgage protection, tax-free retirement? Think and grow rich with life insurance. Your amazing journey to wealth begins by calling Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131.
So from now, we're going to move to Congo DRC. Congo DRC is also a very important country we've been discussing on our shows. It is the richest country in Africa. Unfortunately, its people live in misery. So it's really sad. We just wanted to draw your attention to the fact that we can show you examples of plane, like a plane, an airplane, flying in the forest. They make makeshift terminals where the plane can pick up gold from the east, then take off with this gold in these small airplanes. You see that there is no airport in the bush, but they've just created a makeshift terminal so that the plane can just run off, boop, and fly. So the question we'll ask is, does President Felix Tshisekedi know about these kind of transactions? That's what inquiring minds want to know. We know a bad guy like Joseph Kabila will make deals with the devil to kill his people. But we're wondering whether the new president, Felix Tshisekedi, knows about these planes that are flying in the night and picking up gold and getting out of the country with all these resources. It means the country doesn't get any taxes on this stuff. So they just live with all this stuff, and the people are the ones paying the price. So from Congo DRC, we're going to move to Malawi. In Malawi, we have a positive story. So Lazarus Chakwera has just been voted as the new president of Malawi. So this is good news. Lazarus Chakwera is actually an opposition leader. He's been in the opposition for many years. Then finally, he was able to take the reins of government. We also have this guy who is known as a theologian. So he comes from the ministry. So it's like from the pulpit to the presidency. So this is really good. From Malawi, we're going to move now to Nigeria. There are so many problems with insecurity in Nigeria. Of course, you know that we like talking about Nigeria because Nigeria is a big country. This week, we noticed that President Buhari had to step in over an issue dealing with a lot of APC party bosses. He had to step in to solve the problem. It looks like some of the northern guys are really against Bola Tinubu, who is a really strong man in politics in Nigeria. So they were trying to play games. It looks like Bola Tinubu is supposed to really run for office in 2023. But what's really happening? Is it that Buhari's cabal does not want him to run? Or they want to insist that he should choose somebody from the north as vice president? Because the unwritten rule in Nigerian politics is if the president comes from the north, then the vice has to come from the south. That's always been the unwritten rule. So we think this is what is really creating a lot of problems. But at the same time, too, former President Olusegun Obasanjo has also come out again. He has been criticizing the Buhari government because they don't know how to handle this insecurity problem. So we think this is really terrible. And a lot of people are dying. Boko Haram is not only killing people in villages in the Cameroon side, they're also killing people in the Nigerian side also. So this is really a sad experience. How do you feel when your relatives are killed like animals? So it's not good. And at the same time, too, we just got intelligence that most of the cabal around Buhari is very corrupt. This corrupt cabal is being investigated by USA agencies. Security agencies in the United States are investigating these people for bribery and corruption, okay, and racketeering. So it's really sad. We have Mr. Clean as president, but all around him, the people are dirty. So we just want to draw your attention to that. From Nigeria, we're going to take you now to South Africa. We've covered South Africa many times on this show. We want to focus attention on former President Jacob Zuma. Jacob Zuma. We had drawn your attention a few years ago to the Bell Pottinger scandal, a situation in which some Indian businessmen decided to hijack the apparatus of state, and they started making money off this hijack. And it looks like at the center of this devilish plan was Jacob Zuma. Even before he became president, he has been accused so many times of crimes, but he was able to ride through all these problems. So now that he has even left power, they are trying to try him. He tried to resist, but they forced him to come to trial because they wanted him to face justice. So we love South Africa because this is a country where the rule of law is prevailing. So we thank you very much for watching our show. There are a lot of videos you're going to watch on this show, but at the same time, we're asking you to support this show, share the show with your friends, subscribe. We want to have more subscribers. So tell your friends about the show. And we're asking you to also support the businesses advertising on this show, because when you support them, you're supporting us. So we thank you very much. May God bless you.
Express Driving School is the place for excitement of fast-track driver education, drug and alcohol testing, driver counseling, bilingual translation. For all your MVA needs, contact us. John F. Abbey, 6480 New Hampshire Avenue Suite, 207B, Tacoma Park, Maryland, 20912. Office phone, 301-270-0018. Cell phone, 240-644-3977. And you can reach us at our website, expressdrivingeducation.com. Medical practice software is too old. Indeed, all the programs are built on MUMPS, technology of the 1950s, and the programs cost too much money. Epic and Cerner cost billions of dollars. Meditech costs thousands of dollars too. In fact, that's why we created AlexiaHTC.com, a new and free EMR/EHR for doctors. AlexiaHTC.com is built for HIPAA. Yes, magical one-screen technology, ease of use, quick charting, amazing e-prescribing, tight labs integration, multi-office difference, because we believe doctors and patients need a break today. Be the first to test drive AlexiaHTC.com. You have nothing to lose, you have everything to gain. Act now. Call 240-350-1131. Alexia Care Corporation at AlexiaHTC.com.
Unique Auto Repair. This is a brother from Ghana. His name is Emmanuel Ofori. He has a good business and he repairs cars. He repairs all type of cars. Mercedes, Toyota, Honda, you name it. The brother does it. He repairs everything. So even if you buy a car from the auction and you need to get it fixed, Go to Emmanuel Ofori, Unique Auto Repair. He will repair this for you. It's very, very good. He has repaired my cars for me many times, and I love the service. And if you mention my name, Prince Ojong, he will give you even something also.
Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.